Hey there, I have something really fascinating, exciting to speak to you about today. I find it fascinating. I think you will too. And it has to do with breathing. And I think we are, of course, all aware of the importance of breathing, but maybe not just how far reaching, how many different parts of our bodies that breathing can affect. I mean, we're talking cognitively up in our brain, even our digestion, of course, our heart, our respiratory, emotionally, it can have an effect emotionally. And I really didn't understand this until about 5 years ago. I've been a therapist, a physical therapist for a long time. And then I started implementing a lot of breathing exercises with my clients. And I started to have some really great, interesting results. And it kind of led me to incorporating or producing my own types of breathing exercises that I call Rhythmic Power Breathing. And I'm going to give you an example in a minute, but I started to incorporate these exercises with a lot of my clients, and we've had some really eye-opening results in terms of people are telling me their mental clarity has improved. Their breathing with exercising has improved. They recover faster, they recuperate better. Even stress levels, emotionally, people are telling me they're feeling more optimistic when after completing some of these rhythmic power breathing exercises. So it really spans across the board what this can do, and there's so much potential, I think. But I wanted to give you some examples of what I'm talking about. Again, I call this rhythmic power breathing. And let me put you up here so I can give you a demonstration. And you just need a couple of tools, a couple of aids. The first one being a resistance band. It's just like an elastic band. And you can pick one up online or go to a Walmart or Target. They carry them also. And what I want you to do is just strap it around you like a belt, but just a little higher up, just above your belly button, your navel. And then you want to tie it, you want to secure it so it's very snug. You want to feel it pushing right up against your midsection here, just above your navel again. So I'm going to make this snug. Then you can just kind of turn the knot to the side, and you just want to open the band up so it covers more area. And when we're breathing, when we're inhaling through our nose, we want our abdomen, this part of our body, to expand. This allows a muscle called the diaphragm to descend. It creates more volume for us to breathe. And what this band does, it just gives you great feedback to let you know you're doing that correctly. So again, when I inhale through my nose, I want to push my abdomen out, and you're going to feel that band really start to push back into you. And that's the feedback I love to make sure I'm doing it correctly. So again, when we inhale, we want to protrude, we want to push into that band, and you'll feel that feedback what I'm talking about. So we have the band on first to make sure we're breathing correctly. Then I also like to include a pulse oximeter. You can put it right on your finger, and what this does is it will give you real-time information on your heart rate and your oxygen saturation. And this I'll show you in a minute with the exercise, how valuable this can be. But right now, if you can see that I'm 98% saturating, 98% oxygen, and my heart rate is 66, so those are good numbers. When we go through these exercises though, we really want to try to get that top number, that oxygen saturation, as close to 100 as possible. And again, that's another feedback mechanism to know that we are improving in terms of our ability to perfuse gases, to exhale. And again, I'll show you in a minute. But a lot with the ventilation, this will be very helpful. So we have our pulse ox. You can get one of these online also, or at a drugstore, they carry them. And then finally, our last aid here is a metronome. And this just is going to give us some timing, some rhythm with our breathing. And this is a great way to progress your breathing also. And I'll get into that in a little bit, but let me show you how this works first. I'm gonna turn it on, and you can hear the beats right now. It just gives you that rhythm again. And I have it set for 3 on, 1 off. So it's gonna be, in terms of our breathing, it's gonna be inhaling for 3 and exhaling for 1. And again, you can modify this. We can change up the parameters, but right now it's on 3 and 1. 2, 3, 2, 3. So you can hear that rhythm, and I'm gonna try to match this with my breathing. And again, I'll show you, I'm gonna leave this here. So one of the exercises you can do, and we really wanna try to utilize as many respiratory muscles as we can. That's gonna just make our breathing that much better. It's gonna enhance our breathing. For example, you can stand up tall, expand your chest, and when you're doing that, you're using some muscles in your upper back and in your shoulders that also are accessory muscles to breathing. So let's try this all together. I have my band, I have my pulse oximeter, keeping track of my oxygen saturation and my heart rate. I have my metronome, giving me the rhythm I want to breathe at. So let's see if I can do this. So there was a little example, and this is great. If you can see that, I'm up to 99% on my pulse oximeter now. My heart rate's at 70. So again, that just gives me some great real-time feedback that I'm saturating very well at 99%. My heart rate is still at a minimal level. It just went up a little bit to 70. Let me turn this off. So my oxygen saturation increased by 2%. My heart rate went up a couple beats, but it's still at a minimal level. And that's what we really want to, some great numbers we can look at without getting that heart rate up too high. We don't want our heart to have to work too much in order to be better at perfusing gases. We want that oxygen saturation to increase without having the demands on our heart. So this is really invaluable for measuring this. Again, with the metronome, when I was expanding my chest, using these accessory muscles to help with my perfusion, I was trying to inhale for 3 beats, and then exhale, wait another 3 beats, inhale for 3 more beats, exhale for a beat. And while I was in that rhythm, again, I was focusing on the feedback, making sure I'm breathing correctly by expanding my abdominal region, getting the feedback from the resistance of the band. So I hope you can see how all these coordinate just again to make our breathing more effective, more efficient. There's so many offshoots of this too. There's so many different exercises you can use, again, to isolate different accessory respiratory muscles. I even will wear this when I'm going for a walk with my dogs. I'll put the resistance band around my abdomen. I'll take my metronome. I'll have my pulse ox with me, and I'll walk, and I'll try to stay in a rhythm, my breathing rhythm. And I, again, will have the feedback from the resistance band, and I can monitor my pulse ox and my heart rate. So all these different metrics really help give us so much more insight on how effectively we are breathing. So in a nutshell, that is rhythmic power breathing. And again, there's a lot of variety with this. You can, of course, modify how many inhales you have compared to your exhales. You can flop those. And it's really interesting because you can monitor it in real time and see how it's affecting your heart rate and your oxygen saturation. So I hope that is helpful. I hope that gets you excited. Again, my clients are seeing some really, really cool results. Myself, I can use this if my mind is really wandering at night. I do a couple exercises and I'm out. I'm sleeping very heavy within minutes. Stress reduction also, I'll use this if I'm feeling a little stress. Great for stress reduction, clarity of mind. It's really been helpful in that regard for me also. And just when I'm exercising too, my exercise tolerance is increasing. I'm able to sustain exercises that are pretty intense for much longer periods of time now. So many benefits. I hope that again gets you excited. My name is Erik. I've been a physical therapist for a long time. I have a community called the Gaitway Group, and what we do are things just such as this. We really are helping active seniors improve the quality of their life. I'll put more information down below if you'd like to look at that. Please feel free. If you have any questions, I'll leave my email down below too. You can shoot me an email. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.